Today, I'm going to be talking about how gut health can reduce inflammation in your body and also significantly positively impact your menopause symptoms. Welcome to my channel. My name is Kate Hartley and I share a weekly video with you every Monday about something related to menopause. If you've not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure to do so you don't miss future episodes. And also, if you've got anything you'd like me to cover in a future episode, just leave me a comment below, or you can send me a private message on Instagram. I'm at Kate Hartley UK and I'll be happy to add that into my rotation. So gut health really is, do you know when we're in a fetus in the womb, we're a blob, and our brain and our gut form part of that same blob, and it's only as that fetus develops that the gut section separates from the brain section. But the gut is actually known as our enteric nervous system. The gut is known to have its own, it's the sort of second brain of the body. And thankfully, there is more and more research, loads of studies being done around the importance of gut health for our overall health in general. And also, of course, that will have a positive impact on your menopause symptoms too. Before we get started, I'm hosting my Better Belly group, which I'm kicking off on the 2nd of September. It's a 4-week gut healing system. I've done it once before. It was phenomenal. I would go so far as to say my menopause symptoms pretty much vanished. I cannot promise that for you, but I can promise that you will learn what foods work for you. You will lose belly fat. A lot of us lost weight when we did this because we worked out what foods served us and what didn't. You will be removing things like caffeine, sugar, alcohol, dairy, gluten, and you can put them back in afterwards. And you might be thinking, oh my God, how am I going to manage that? No alcohol, no sugar, no caffeine. That means you already have an addiction to it. And the group it's pegged in such a way that you will eat loads. And the beauty of it is because you're feeding your body with the nutrition that it needs, you may have a bit of a headache detox, but you will come out of it feeling incredible. And within just a few days, you'll notice that your cravings will subside. To be honest, I didn't get any cravings at all, and I love my wine. I don't eat much sugary stuff, but I like a cup of coffee a day. Didn't find out I missed them at all because I was filling my gaps with other things that were serving me. So if you want to be part of that Better Belly group, just again, leave me a comment below or send me a private message on Instagram at Kate Hartley UK. It is kicking off on the 2nd of September. I will also drop a link in the description box, which you can literally sign up for information on that. And then I will get back in touch with you. If you can leave me, if you're on social media, leave me your either number or your social media handle, and I can get back in touch with you and explain more to you about it. It's going to be phenomenal. I'm very excited about doing it. Like I said, I've done it once before and we got incredible results. So if you want to be part of that, then I would love to welcome you into my world. So just thinking about the power of the human body itself. If you cut your hand heals. You don't normally have to go to the doctor to have a pill or an anti-inflammatory thing. Your body's really, really clever. And I think we often forget that. And we also get so used to just feeling bad that we don't even realize what it feels like to feel good. We have the power within us. It's just that we are so busy distracting ourselves with the external things, the pills, the quick fixes. And this is no pointing fingers. This is just the way society has wanted us to become. Big pharma makes a lot of money off us when we're ill. And it's not as simplistic as saying it's them against us. But what I really want you to take from this today is that you have so much more power at your fingertips than you probably think you do have. A lot of food is manufactured to be addictive. There are men and women in little white lab coats designing food so that you don't just have one, but you want more and more and more. Yeah, how often do you eat one cookie and you think, well, I've had enough now? It's like, no, I need the whole packet or at least another 2 or 3. How often do you have an apple and there's the whole bag of apples or a stick of asparagus and think, oh, I need to go and finish the packet off? You don't, because it's not addictive. It's not designed to be addictive. And it's nutritionally dense. So it's actually filling you up properly like food should do. And so that's why you're not getting that craving to go back and eat more and yet more and yet more and yet more. And you'll find that when you're eating the things that you're not designed to eat as a human, you're not full very long. You know, you may have the high and then you have the crash and then you're thinking, oh, I'm hungry again. What shall I eat? This is all because of the way the food industry is designed. You know, when you look at the rates of rising obesity, and the rates of inflammatory disease and heart disease and cancers and dementia and things like that. And you have to think, well, that's really only happened. Yes, we've probably become more aware of tracking those diseases and more aware of the numbers, but they're still going up. Whereas we live in this world which is technologically so advanced, and yet these disease rates are still continuing to rise. Why is that? And a lot of that does come back to our gut health. Gut health is not the panacea for everything. It's not the cure-all for literally everything. But if you can get your gut health right, no matter what you're struggling with in life, you're going to significantly improve your chances of getting through that. 70% of your immune system is created in your gut. And your gut affects your mood. If you're struggling with depression, I'm a psychotherapist. I've been a psychotherapist for over 17 years. I'm an anxiety specialist. And one of the first questions or one of the first sort of sheets that have lots of questions on that I go through with my customers or my clients is to ask about what they eat and what they drink and how much do they sleep and what stressors do they have in their life, what time do they allocate for their mental wellness and relaxation. And it helps you build a really big picture of this holistic human being. And in the vast majority of cases, it's a relatively easy fix. Of course, there are things like PTSD and serious trauma. And, I don't want to belittle anxiety or depression, because there are various things that contribute to it, which are quite frankly horrific. But for a lot of us, it's that creeping up. It's that you didn't realize it was happening, and then all of a sudden you have a panic attack because you've been suppressing these emotions that have been niggling away at you for months, possibly even years, and all of a sudden it happens. And that leaves you feeling very frightened, very concerned about your future health. And it's often just because your gut health has not been provided for. Your lifestyle is not looking after you like you would look after a human. We're a biological creature, and we're bombarded with technology, electromagnetic waves, chemicals in our foods, toxins in our environment, in the air that we breathe, the water we drink. And it is very hard to avoid the poisons, microplastics, even in your tea bags. It's just like, how the heck did we ever get this? We're supposed to be such an intelligent species, and we're just killing ourselves off with our so-called advancements. So it's understanding how all of these things, not to frighten you, but to sort of give you an idea of the stressors that are out there that we're battling with on a daily basis, and also give you strategic tips that you can take away from this today and think, okay, well, I can't change the microplastics in my tea bags. However, I can work on this, which is going to significantly impact the health of my gut and further support my immune system so that it can then fight against these other things that are coming in. And actually, there's more research being done on how our bodies are adapting to rid themselves of certain heavy metals and the toxins that we're ingesting from our atmosphere, which is brilliant, because you just think sometimes, what is the bitter end going to be like? And the fact that our bodies are actually starting to adjust to accommodate some of these things is a big relief for every one of us. First of all, to understand inflammation. Inflammation is often at the root cause of many of our diseases. And I've actually put some references at the bottom of the description box on YouTube if you want to further look into it. It's fascinating. If you've got time to have a read, I highly recommend you do, if you like that sort of thing. Inflammation can be the root cause of dementia, depression, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's disease, attention deficit disorder. It can significantly impact our menopause symptoms. And when you think 70% of our immune system is created in the gut, we really want to be looking after it. Many of us experience something called leaky gut. Well, that is when the lining of the gut has become compromised because of inflammation, probably from foods that you've been eating that you shouldn't be eating. It could be a dairy intolerance that you weren't aware that you had. It could be gluten intolerance. It could be the fact that you're eating too much sugar and it's just having that negative impact on the lining of your stomach, which creates this leaky gut, basically meaning that toxins, bacteria, even food particles can pass through from the intestines into the bloodstream, which should not happen. And when that happens, the body's thinking, oh, there's something dodgy in here that shouldn't be in my bloodstream. So it triggers the immune system, which is also at the root cause of many of autoimmune disorders and inflammatory disorders. But then that obviously that immune system, it's triggered, it creates inflammation in the body. Inflammation in a small amount is designed to help us get better. But it's this low-grade, chronic, long-term inflammation that's causing the issues. And some of those issues can lead to things like arthritis, I mentioned depression, anxiety, anal itching due to yeast overload, various allergies, asthma, all sorts of things have its root in inflammation. We're very good at treating the symptoms, which is fine to a degree, but you know, how often does that get down to the root cause? How often are you asked by your doctor, you know, what do you eat? What's your daily food intake like? Because so much of it is based in the gut. If you think about your car, you wouldn't just put vegetable oil in your petrol tank to make it run, because it wouldn't run. We're the same. We need the right kind of fuel in our bodies to make us run effectively. You know, inflammation in the brain, you won't see that inflammation outside. You know, you're not going to be walking around with a bright red throbbing head. You could be having a headache. Could be getting increasing migraines. You could be getting brain fog, memory impairment. It might even be leading to dementia. But you're not aware of it because it's that low-grade chronic inflammation that's taking place. Inflammation can damage nerve cells in the brain. It can damage the white matter. You know, we don't want that to be happening. And I think we've all become used to the sort of calories in, calories out conversation, which is just so misleading, because calories are not created equal. And you know, if you choose to just eat donuts every single day, then you will suffer the consequences of that. Ultimately, we all have that choice. And while donuts are highly addictive because of the sugar and the high fat, when you can recognize that they're serving you no longer, even as a treat, you have a different approach to it. You know, if your gut health, your mental health is really important to you, you'll think, okay, well, there's too much of a trade-off. I do not want to be filling my body with the rubbish because of the knock-on effect it has with the rest of my body, my gut health, my mental health, my immune system, etc., etc. And you might be thinking, well, that sounds really boring. It's not. When you eat for health, it's amazing the amount of food that you can eat. You feel incredible. You feel vital. You feel just so full of energy and refreshed. Your sleep will improve. Your menopause symptoms will reduce. Any pain, joint pains, hot flushes, they're going to significantly reduce when you improve your gut health. So it really is about thinking, rather than, oh, I'm being deprived because I can't have my donut or cookies or whatever it might be that you like, rather than thinking, I get to remove those from my food because I want to feel so much better in my everyday life. I want to improve my longevity, and I want to improve my health span as well as my lifespan. Everything we eat or drink carries a message with it. It's like data, it's a code, and it's either a positive code or it's one that's going to, you know, if you put like a virus into your computer, it sends everything awry. Same thing with our bodies. When you eat food that's functionally healthy, you benefit from it. When you eat stuff that's not functionally healthy, it's not neutral, it harms you. And it's about having an understanding of your macros. So it's not complicated. It's eating plenty of protein, so nuts, seeds, legumes, meat, fish, eggs, that sort of thing. It's about having lots of vegetables that you're eating fruit. Fruit's really, really good for you. If you ever find that, you know, if you start to like eat bananas or a kiwi, or somebody says, oh, well, you know, beware of the banana, it's going to make you fat. That is completely the wrong messaging. If you like a banana, if it's a big banana, have half a banana. You don't need a whole banana. They are slightly higher in sugar in the fruit world, but eat a banana over a donut any day. But the daft thing is, people go out and they'll go eat all the rubbish. They'll never have a comment, but they see you eating a banana. It's just like, oh, careful, that might make you fat. Just like the fruit is not the problem. It's the mindset, and it's that, you know, if you go sober, stop drinking alcohol, people will think there's something wrong with you. Whereas if you told them, stop injecting heroin this week, everybody's going to go, yay, well done you. Stop drinking alcohol. What's wrong with her? What's she doing? Has she got a drink problem? And that's how society is right now. It's crazy that is how it is. So we really do have to stand proud And we do have to be our own best proponents when you're being faced with ridicule or just, negative attitudes towards the choices that you're making. At the end of the day, you'll have the last laugh. And it's not about having the last laugh, but you'll be having the healthier life versus the other people who are not. And there's always going to be the odd one or two. There's going to be the old woman who smoked 40 a day and drank Coke every single day and probably injected this, that, or the other. I'm being extreme. Who lives till 102. And she was all right. But on the whole, that is not going to be the case. The vast majority of us, we have inflammation that's negatively impacting our mental health, our physical health, our energy levels, and our menopause symptoms. And when you can focus on improving your gut health, then that is going to have a significant positive impact on you on every single level. And just on the vegetables and fruit issue, they're fiber-filled carbs. They do fall under the carbs umbrella. The carbs that you want to be reducing or eliminating are the white fast carbs. So like the white pasta, the white rice. To be quite honest, white rice is better than having a cake or a biscuit, which also falls under the carbs banner. So it's about just understanding which is going to serve you best. So if you can't eat brown rice or you hate brown rice, eat white rice, but be mindful of your portions as well, because a lot of us eat way more than we need to. And it's like oats in the morning. I have a small amount of oats on my pre-workout meal. Carbs, as in oats, are healthy for us. We need more carbs at the beginning of the day than we do at the end of the day, because carbs are there for energy. But again, we don't need 2 or 3 slices of toast in the morning. You can manage with one. And so it's about having the portion sizes correct as well, which if you decide to join us for the Better Belly Challenge, you'll learn all about portion sizes as well. You'll learn actually how much you can get to eat. And I always aim to have a decent amount of protein. I'm very much focused on fat loss and muscle building. So not muscle building like bodybuilding, but just long, lean muscles so that I can age healthily. I'm 54. I feel more vital and energized now than I did in my 20s and 30s. And that's just because I've learned what's worked over the years. And so my ideal weight is around about 140 pounds. And so I aim to eat around 140 grams of lean protein every day. So I'm making sure that each of my meals has got sufficient protein in it so that I'm ticking that protein box. As we go through menopause, our needs for protein do increase. We're not as good at assimilating protein as we get older. And you should be strength training. If you're not, please start. And if you decide to do this Better Belly Challenge with us, you'll also get access to the workouts that are going to serve you best. They're low impact, they're absolutely brilliant. And that will help you develop that long, lean muscle. It'll help you burn fat more effectively, and as well as regulate your hormones. So it's like a win, 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 win. You're going to win. So understanding that we do not need so many of the starchy carbs at the end of the day. So my ideal evening meal will be protein, maybe 40 grams of protein on my plate, and it'll be vegetables. I may occasionally treat myself to air fryer chips or air fryer jacket potato, but that's rare. Normally I will just have, I do eat meat or fish, and there'll be cruciferous vegetables, ideally, because cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, kale, Brussels sprouts, they are really good at helping us get rid of excess estrogen in the body as well. So if you're menopausal or you're struggling with menopause symptoms, make sure you're eating as many cruciferous vegetables as you can, because those will serve you positively as well. If you don't normally eat many cruciferous vegetables, you might find you get a bit gassy for a while. Your body will get used to that, so don't worry too much. But that's essentially what my plate will look like. And sometimes I'll, tomato on it and some avocado, depending on if I've had an avocado earlier on in the day. Just be mindful of the nightshade family as well, because some of us have an intolerance or a sensitivity to the nightshades. So those are things like potatoes, aubergines or eggplants, paprika, chilies, bell peppers. Off the top of my head, those are the sort of the main nightshade family, and tomatoes. They might have an impact on you. So if you're struggling with how you're feeling, remove those as well, and just see how you get on. I highly recommend you have a food journal so that you can just, don't worry about making it pretty or anything. Just bung down what you've eaten and had to drink that day, and notice your mood, notice your sleep patterns. How are they improving? How are you feeling in yourself? What are your energy levels like? How's the headache gone that you normally get in the afternoon? Are you, instead of 2:30, 3 o'clock thinking, oh my God, I need to have a quick nap, are you still productive? Because that was one of the biggest things that I noticed before I started sort of healthier living. And I thought I ate healthy before. I just wasn't getting my macros right. I wasn't doing the right kind of exercises. And when I got it right, I no longer had that 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon feeling like I was just about to die and I had to go to sleep. It's phenomenal how much more energy I have these days. And that was just with a few simple tweaks. So even when we think we're doing the right things, sometimes we just need to adjust it slightly and get huge rewards for having done that slight adjustment. Remember, when we're feeding ourselves, we're also feeding the bacteria in our gut. So the probiotics, they're the healthy bacteria. We want a really wide range of probiotics, but they need feeding. And so when we're eating fiber-rich foods, the fiber is a prebiotic. And there are some foods that are better as prebiotics than others. But essentially, if you're eating a wide range of fruits and vegetables, you should be giving enough food to your healthy bacteria to keep them feeling well satiated. There was a very interesting study done, 2 groups of people eating exactly the same amount of calories, same energy expenditure, etc., and they were literally isolated so that it was completely controlled. One group had poor gut health, the other group had good gut health. They'd had their stools tested beforehand, and the group with a healthy gut bacteria, they lost weight during this test. The group without the healthy gut, they actually gained weight, because when we have a healthy functioning gut, the healthy bacteria eat some of the food that they're using up some of the energy that we're eating. If you've got a gut that is not healthy, you're just feeding bad bacteria, but they're not using the energy, they're not eating the calories that you're eating. So just that is really interesting to take into account, the fact that if your gut health is good, you're going to be working optimally. If your gut health is poor, you might be doing all the things and still gaining weight, and it might just be down to the fact that your gut bacteria is not as healthy as it could be, particularly if you're feeling very tired and lackluster and you've got lots of aches and pains. It could well be down to that gut bacteria. Things that can negatively impact your gut bacteria, things like antibiotics, those pretty much kill everything off. So if you've had a course of antibiotics relatively recently, I would definitely go and get a healthy gut bacteria supplement from your health food shop. Multidofilus is a really good one. Things like Greek yogurt, those also contain healthy bacteria. Aim at raw cheeses if you eat cheese, things like brie, camembert. Aim for a wide range of products that contain healthy bacteria, because that way you're getting a wide range of different bacteria. You don't want too many of one individual species of healthy bacteria, so go for a wide range. But you can always go down to your health food store and ask them what they would recommend that you eat or take in order to repopulate your gut with healthy bacteria. And then just make sure that you're eating a wide range of colors of fruits and vegetables. They contain something called polyphenols. So, we say, oh, eat the rainbow. Really do aim to eat the rainbow, because those polyphenols, those feed the healthy bacteria in your gut. So, by feeding the healthy bacteria, you're enabling them to stay alive and operate as they need to, and also keep the levels of the not so healthy bacteria at bay. Beyond food, there are some supplements that can really support your gut health as well. Things like omega-3 fatty acids. We tend not to eat enough of those. You can find them in fatty fish, cod liver oil, walnuts, various nuts and seeds. But you really, if you eat a wide range of meat, nuts, etc., your chia seeds, flax seeds, that sort of thing, you're probably going to be eating enough omega-3s. We don't need loads of them. So don't just think, oh, I need to go and get an omega-3 supplement. Yeah, have a Google about the things that you tend to eat and see if those contain enough of the omega-3s. I know I do, because I eat loads of nuts. I'm always grabbing, that's my healthy snack through the day. I have chia seeds and milled linseeds in my Greek yogurt in the morning. I eat meat, so I know I'm eating enough, and I often have either tuna or anchovies or mackerel. I love all that sort of stuff, and salmon. So those are, those contain enough omega-3s too. And also try and aim to eat your food to get your supplements rather than taking a supplement from the shop. Yeah, we're designed to get our food supplements from the food rather than in a pill format. So I think the ideal is to just make sure that your diet gives you enough of them. So if you're thinking, just check, Google what foods sources are highest in omega-3s and just see which you're eating enough of. Omega-3s really are a crucial fat that a lot of us are deficient in, and our cell membranes are made up of them. So it really is important that you're getting enough omega-3s. The other one is vitamin D3. A lot of us are deficient in that, even if you live in a sunny climate, unless you're running around exposing your skin for a good 20 minutes a day, you may well be deficient in vitamin D3. If you take a vitamin D3 supplement, combine it with K2, because that enables your body to direct the calcium that you get as a result of having vitamin D3 from sunlight into where it needs to go in your body to strengthen your bones rather than it being deposited into the arteries. I did do an in-depth video on that, so I will link that at the end, so that if you want to watch that video, you can understand the importance of D3 plus K2 and for your calcium absorption. A lot of us tend to be deficient in magnesium. If you get like eye palpitations, like you get a twitchy eye sometimes, or you get cramps, or anything to do with sort of twitching, or just like, or maybe constipation or anxiety, or you're struggling to sleep, that can often be down to a magnesium deficiency. And so that might be something that you want to consider taking a supplement for. I know a lot of people do take magnesium supplements. Make sure that you get the one specific for you. So there's all sorts of different types of magnesium. I actually think a magnesium complex is the best because it's got a little bit of everything. But if you know you're struggling with something specific, just again, go onto Google and say, look, which magnesium is the best for this particular symptom, and it'll spit out the best one for you, because they all do slightly different types of things. Same with potassium, quite a few of us are deficient in that. So just make sure you're eating a wide range of fruits and vegetables, nuts, seeds, meat. If you're eating a healthy, balanced diet, technically you should be getting enough of those. Zinc is also something quite a lot of us are or can be deficient in. Again, oysters are brilliant for zinc. If you like oysters, I love oysters. Zinc might be if you've got like skin lesions, or you're getting dry skin or issues with that. Normally it's quite hard to know if you've got a zinc deficiency unless you go and get your blood work tested. But I think if you've got anything that's underlying, again, become the sort of proponent of your own health. Just Google it, what mineral deficiency might be causing this issue, and then you can always go to your doctor and get your bloods taken and just see how you're doing with these various vitamins and minerals, because they're very, very important for a healthy lifestyle. And then of course you've got your pre and probiotics, because those, like I say, they feed the healthy bacteria. Prebiotics do. The probiotics are the healthy bacteria, so you get those things like from your sauerkraut, your fermented foods, your Greek yogurts. Might be mindful in supermarkets, you have your probiotic friendly little tubs, your little drink things, which are very, very high in sugar, not very good for you. So really be mindful that if you're having these probiotic drinks, that they're not absolutely laden in sugar, because often they cost a flipping fortune, and they're doing you no favors at all if they might be containing however many zillion probiotics, but if they're jam-packed with sugar, which a lot of them are, you're doing yourself a massive disservice. You'd be better off just with a big blob of Greek yogurt, 0 fat probably, or 5% fat Greek yogurt, and no flavorings. So don't go for like the vanilla flavored Greek yogurt, because again, that will be high in sugar. So make sure you're just going for the natural one. And if you think, ugh, God, no, that's so boring, just put some frozen berries with it, or defrost some berries or fresh berries, mix them in with it. Those will make it absolutely delicious. It's making my mouth water even thinking about that. There are ways around these things. Otherwise, focus on stress management. Stress management is a key player for managing your menopause symptoms effectively. What we eat and drink, if it's poor, will also add to your stressors. And we do actively need to relax. So just lying on the settee watching television, it's a sort of relaxation, but it's not necessarily healthy relaxation. We need to stimulate our parasympathetic nervous system, which is our relaxation response, because so many of us are in that fight and flight response all day long. You know, we're breathing, our breathing's really high, and we're stressed with this and stressed with that, and we're always late and we're rushing and da-di-da-di-da, we forgot this and da-di-da, we talk negatively to ourselves. Actively relax, however that works best for you. You might be good at meditation. I'm absolutely useless at meditation. For me, actually, a workout works strangely to trigger my relaxation response. But deep breathing is something that we can all do. Deep breathing is one of the techniques I teach my anxiety clients literally as soon as they pretty much walk through the door. We've done a consultation. And the reason it works is because it stimulates the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve runs across sort of our abdomen area. When we stimulate the vagus nerve, that necessarily activates our relaxation response. We cannot be stressed or anxious and relaxed at the same time. It's absolute impossibility. So when we're actively enabling our relaxation response, it has a profound impact. So even like, you can do it now. Just breathe in through your nose deeply for 5 seconds, hold it for a few seconds, and then breathe out again slowly. And do that a few times. Do that sort of maybe for 5 times. Even after one breath, you will start to notice an improvement in how you feel. You'll feel probably more energized. You'll feel more peaceful. It's not going to take the stresses away, but it just makes you feel more resilient and able to manage, because you have that sense of groundedness. You feel calmer. If you're ever having a panic attack, deep breathe. It will help to quieten down that panic attack and get you through it faster. Breath work is so important. If you struggle with anxiety, I would deep breathe in the morning, at lunchtime, and in the evening before you go to bed. You could even try something like an Epsom salt bath, because Epsom salts contain magnesium. A nice warm bath is going to relax you. Put some lavender essential oils into the bath water. Again, lavender further relaxes you. So if you struggle to go to sleep, or you feel, you're really stressed, and you feel discombobulated before you get into bed, and you've already got the frown, and you're just thinking, oh God, I just don't know how I'm going to manage. Run a warm bath with Epsom salts for the magnesium. The magnesium will come in through your skin, and the lavender oil, and you'll be breathing it in, but also lavender oil, the essential oil, will also permeate your skin, and it will have a calming effect on you. And then finally, sleep. Sleep is the foundation of everything. When we're stressed, when our menopause symptoms are here, there, and everywhere, when our gut health is off, it does have a negative impact on our sleep. When we're not getting enough vitamin D3 from the sun. One of the best things you can do to help you sleep better is in the morning, when you wake up, as soon as you can, get outside for 15-20 minutes, so that your eyes have the ultraviolet light on them. I'm not suggesting to look up at the sun, but just to be outside in the daylight has a profound impact on regulating your circadian rhythm. So your body's thinking, yeah, it's time now, I've started my day. And so you'll be releasing the hormones that help you get on with your day, and then those will naturally start to peter off as the day goes by. And then as evening comes, as dusk starts to fall, if you can avoid really bright lights in your house, I highly recommend you do, because then your body will start to produce melatonin, which is your sleepy hormone, which will then help you go to sleep. And when you think about it, I mean, technological advances, the last 100 years, light bulbs and all the technological stuff that's happened, our bodies, as humans, we've evolved over thousands and thousands of years. And we're not going to suddenly think, oh, we're going to upgrade ourselves to work around all this technology, which actually is not really doing us an awful lot of good, except for communication. It's really important that we understand that we're still quite prehistoric creatures, really, and we follow rhythms. We need to follow rhythms. That's why I think shift workers get such a bad deal, because you're forcing your body to do something it wouldn't necessarily do naturally and to work through the night. So unless you're a shift worker, try and get some exposure on your skin, in your eyes, in the morning as soon as you get up. and then that'll help to set you up for a better night's sleep as the night goes on. Make sure that you're avoiding the blue light from screens, from your telephone, from your mobile, from your computer screens, etc. I would say a good 2 hours before bed, because that blue light really does negatively impact how well you sleep. You can get those blue light blocking glasses. I think my spectacles are supposed to be blue light blocking, but it still frazzles my brain. If I'm working on the computer late and then go to bed, I no matter how tired I am, I toss and turn and toss and turn, and I just feel like drives me nuts. So if you're faced with cramming in some extra hours at the computer, I would say get to bed and then get up early in the morning and get your 2 hours extra done on your computer before the day starts, rather than at the end of the day, so that you can actually get good quality sleep, because the hours before midnight count a lot more than the hours after midnight as far as your sleep health goes. So be very mindful of the fact that we're still very prehistoric creatures, and although we live in very modern times, our bodies, our brains have not sort of caught up with the craziness of life as it is. And to get the most from our bodies and brains, we need to treat them how they need to be treated, and that is understanding food as fuel and looking after our gut health, feeding our healthy bacteria, but also managing stress effectively. It's not about removing stress, because stress is always going to be out there, but it's about how resilient you are to deal with that stress. And when you focus on your gut health, you will improve your resilience to that stress. So I hope that's been helpful to you. It's just really I want you to understand that the power of your gut health on your mental health, your energy levels, your menopause symptoms, and just how you express in life every single day. We've got so used to feeling bad, to having the aches and pains, and just believing that that's normal. It's not. And there is so much that you can do, that I can do, that we all can do in order to up-level our lives and live a life that is more vibrant, more engaged, more purposeful, and that ultimately makes you feel happier. You're just more engaged in life, and I think that's a really special thing. This life is not a rehearsal, so let's make the best of it. If you want any information on the 4-week Better Belly challenge, just message me. Instagram at Kate Hartley UK. It's also linked in the description box, or drop a comment beneath this video, or fill in the form, which is also in the description box, and that will drip feed some information to you about it. And I really hope to see you. We start on the 2nd of September. I promise you, you will feel so much better. You'll have a real understanding of what foods and drinks work for you and what don't. You will definitely lose a few pounds if you have any excess fat to lose. You will build lean muscle. We'll do it together. You will learn so much. I'm really excited to share the resources that I have for it with you, and just to partner alongside of you and to help you feel bloody incredible. You're really gonna it will make such a massive difference to you. So thank you for your company, and I look forward to chatting with you again next week.